care less how they looked. Each Parisian told this wide-eyed American how he or she wished to be perceived. The stylistic revelations continued when I met Madame and Monsieur Chic for the first time. It was a Wednesday afternoon, and as I sat in their living room getting to know them better over a cup of tea, I noticed how smartly they were dressed. Madame Chic in her silk blouse, A-line skirt, pearls and low heels, and Monsieur Chic in his dress pants, button-down shirt, sweater, and shiny shoes. I thought it awfully kind that they had decided to dress up to meet me. What an effort! My initial smugness over their stylistic pomp and ceremony just for me was swiftly quashed the next day when I saw that they dressed that way on a daily basis. Monsieur and Madame Chic were chic dressers, as are many Parisians. Their poise began with the way they presented themselves. We will begin cultivating poise by focusing on style and beauty. We begin here because looking good is a great motivator. When you get your hair done at the salon or wear a new lipstick shade, it puts a spring in your step. When you wear a dress you haven't worn in a while and you receive a compliment, or when you have been taking care of your skin and it shows, you feel good about yourself. These feelings can inspire us to beautify other areas of our lives. How you look on the outside is a direct reflection of what's going on inside. If you have worn track pants and a drab baggy t-shirt every day for the past 3 years, for example, you aren't celebrating the beautiful person you are and the beautiful body you've been given. Instead, you are asking the world not to look at you, telling the world that it is not worth the effort to look beyond your fashion statement. Here's the thing. The poise does not come from a dress or a shade of lipstick. It emerges when you decide to care about the way you look. Beauty emerges from the decision to cultivate poise in the way we style ourselves. It has nothing to do with what clothes you own, having the latest makeup palette, or the expensive highlights you got at the salon last week. Beauty emerges from the self-confidence you emit and the newfound joy you take in celebrating your unique beauty. For example, you admire a woman in a bright, beautiful dress. You wish you could wear something like that, but tell yourself you could never pull it off. You think you're too fat. You think you're too shy. You wouldn't want to draw all that attention to yourself. You've never dressed like that before, so why start now? It's too late. Listen to what you are telling yourself. What if a good friend told you she had these thoughts? If you long to dress differently, to get a certain haircut, or wear that shade of lipstick, take the plunge and try it. You might feel uncomfortable initially, but once you get over your self-consciousness, real beauty blossoms. The fun part of all of this is that we are not all the same. We all have a different sense of style. We do our hair a certain way. We all know what kind of makeup we like to wear and what looks we don't like. There is no one way to dress or to make yourself attractive. You might have a bohemian free-spirit style. You might enjoy appearing eccentric and whimsical, or you might like an elegant classic look. You might love vintage ladylike dresses, or you might love wearing only pants and blouses. On your journey to cultivate poise, you will become a connoisseur of your own look. Don't put it off. Whatever negative feelings you have about the way you look will have to be addressed, not brushed off or dismissed, but addressed, so that you can move forward and celebrate the unique beauty you have been given. As discussed previously, many women say, "When I lose weight, I'll start dressing nicely." They say it for years and years, still waiting to get to that ideal weight and finally celebrate themselves. Let me tell you something. If you lose the weight you'd like to lose, congratulations. If you don't, you are still a significant human being. Your weight, the number on the scale, does not define you and should not prevent you from dressing and adorning yourself beautifully. I have a theory that once you start to dress well every day, you will most likely be inspired to lose the weight and actually have a better shot at it. This is because you are not approaching your weight loss with a defeatist mentality. If you are in the midst of a weight loss process and are uncertain of which size to buy, keep in mind that you can get your clothing tailored. If you have a beloved dress but it's now too big because you've lost weight, a skilled tailor can make it fit again. It will probably look even better after a tailor has worked on it because it will be custom formed to fit your body. Je suis la femme. So many listeners have written to me about the Madame Chic books saying, "Jennifer, I used to dress like a man every day, and now I am embracing my femininity and am loving it." Embracing one's femininity is not easy to do, especially if you are not used to doing it.